Hello YouTube. Try this again here too. Um, yeah, that there seems to be a big problem with the sound and the video itself. The sound, for some reason, it might be due to the old age of my hardware here, which is the webcam, at least, like I said, is old. The computer's brand spanking new. And loaded to the gills, but the webcam is old, so that is probably going to cause a lot of problems. So, hope you can excuse it, but I wanted to do another short blurb to put out here. And that was something I read recently, well, actually saw recently in a debate between, I think it was called the God Debate 2, um, between Harris and Craig. And one of the things Craig really pushed was atheists, once they lose their belief in God, have no morals. I think that was the argument. And I wanted to question that. This is something that I've been accused of before too. Once I came out as an atheist, and once I started being an open atheist, was people were wondering how do you keep any moral value or structure? You know, I guess they worry it'd revert back to the savage or something that I was supposed to be as an Aboriginal man. But I guess one of the things that having my background teaches you, especially in psychology, is that, well, for one, consciousness to begin with requires a brain. Two, um, that consciousness, cognition, your memory, all reside in and are entirely dependent on the function of your brain. Your ability to think, your ability to moralize, and all that, so on and so forth, rests in here. So this is the, I guess, how science had adjusted my belief on where the basis for morals lie. If I understood what Craig said correctly, he seemed to feel that God was providing objective morality, something that stood outside of humans and that anybody and everybody could agree on no matter what, and if you got rid of God, then somehow you lost all morality. And I had to wonder about that. Doesn't fit the point of view that I have. My belief is, and based on the science, is that your own, I guess, internal cognitive structure is based on what you choose to use and apply. And this all has a number of things, mostly based on the nature-nurture concepts, which basically say that the type of nature that you have, the kind of heredity, the temperament, and so on and so forth, and the type of nurturing you had will dictate what you choose to use and apply in terms of things like morality. And in this kind of case, this says that a God is not necessary to have a morality. And since morality is an individual thing based on your own thoughts, your own experiences, your own consciousness, your own cognitive functioning, that a God is not necessary. And this also explains the wide and extremely diverse breadth of morals and values that are out there. We each choose our own. However, some people choose to ascribe that choice to a God when in fact it never was. So getting rid of the belief in a God, at least to me, merely reinforced the idea that morality and that values and so on and so forth were always my own choice to begin with. When I was younger, that I ascribed them to a godly being or spiritual beings, birthing me with such a thing, I guess, when in fact that was never the case. So I don't know. I might be misunderstanding his argument, but in the end, the science says that this is all an internal process. Um, you have an environment that's forever giving you input. You process it in your mind, and your choices, your thoughts, your values, and opinions are what come back out. In the end, this is where all the important work is done, not something out there that provides some kind of objective goalpost. I have a hard time with that objective morality thing. You can make quite a mess of it philosophically, but in terms of the science, it doesn't really seem to go along, with what I know. So that's my thoughts. That's how I can be an atheist and still be moral at the same time. I just realize that the choice has always been mine, and I just realize that the freedom to choose whatever moral perspective that I had or choose to have will always be mine. I don't ascribe it to a God out there because I don't believe in a God. So, and I at least know that the religious gods are false. As for a real one out there, who knows? I don't. But the choice for morality has always been mine. So that's my thoughts on the matter. Apologies again for the sound issue, if that's the case. I'm not sure what to do about that, except just to maybe get better equipment and then try this again. And a good video editor, if I can get something to perhaps re-render the video, I think I will. So hope you have a good day. Talk to you later.